Across the globe, one fascinating trend is quietly shaping society's gender imbalance. In certain countries, women outnumber men, and this shift has far-reaching consequences. But what's behind this? History, migration, wars, and health disparities all play a part. Today on Discover Destination, we're diving into the top 10 countries where women far outnumber men. We'll explore how these imbalances came to be, what challenges they bring, and what they mean for the future. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an exciting journey with Discover Destination. Let's get started.
In many corners of the globe, demographic imbalances have quietly shaped the lives of millions. Among the most striking patterns is the significantly higher number of women compared to men in certain countries. These gender disparities are not just numbers, they tell stories of war, migration, economic hardship, and deeply rooted cultural expectations. Today, we take a closer look at 10 countries where women notably outnumber men. We'll explore how history, health, social structures, and economic dynamics have all contributed to these imbalances, and what this means for the women living in these nations. Monaco, the glamorous Mediterranean microstate, is more than just a playground for the rich. Beneath its glittering surface lies a demographic story, a long-standing gender imbalance favoring women. Known for its high cost of living and reputation as a tax haven, Monaco attracts the wealthy, especially older, affluent individuals seeking a peaceful, luxurious retirement. A significant portion of these individuals are women. With world-class healthcare, extremely low crime rates, and a favorable Mediterranean climate, Monaco offers an ideal setting for older women prioritizing quality of life. The life expectancy here is among the highest globally, 89.4 years for women and 85.8 for men. Over time, the combination of high female longevity and the country's appeal to affluent retirees has led to a gender ratio of around 91 men for every 100 women. In Monaco, this imbalance isn't a crisis, it's a reflection of privilege and access. Hungary's gender gap has deep roots in 20th century conflict and upheaval. The nation endured devastating losses during World Wars I and II, followed by the 1956 revolution against Soviet control. These events led to a significant loss of men, either through death or emigration. Later, during periods of economic difficulty and political uncertainty, even more men left the country in search of work and stability elsewhere. Today, Hungarian women outlive men by a wide margin, 80.8 years versus 72.3 years. This gap is driven by lifestyle factors, high rates of smoking and alcohol consumption among men, leading to cardiovascular disease, cancer, and other chronic illnesses. Cultural expectations also play a role. In Hungarian society, women often become caregivers, both professionally and within families, an identity that may encourage healthier habits and longer lives. The male-to-female ratio in Hungary currently sits at around 91 to 100, a reflection of history and health disparities. Russia presents one of the most dramatic examples of gender imbalance in the world. A legacy of war, hardship, and health crises has tilted the scales sharply. World War II decimated the male population of the former Soviet Union, leaving behind deep demographic scars. Later, the collapse of the Soviet Union brought economic instability, job loss, and an uptick in mental health challenges. These stresses led to rising alcoholism, smoking, and suicide rates among men. Today, the average Russian man lives to about 68.2 years, while women average 78.6 years, a stunning 10-year gap. This has resulted in just 88 men for every 100 women. In some rural areas, the imbalance is even more pronounced, with women outnumbering men by large margins, especially among older generations. Recognizing the urgency, the Russian government has launched public health campaigns, attempting to reverse the trend by promoting healthier lifestyles and greater healthcare access. Estonia, a resilient Baltic nation, has emerged from a turbulent past marked by war and Soviet occupation. During WWII, many Estonian men were conscripted or killed, and those who returned often faced a grim future of poor health. Estonian men continue to grapple with health challenges. The average man consumes 17.5 liters of alcohol per year, more than double the rate for women. Add to that a high suicide rate, with men taking their own lives nearly 5 times more often than women, and the result is a striking demographic disparity. Estonian women live an average of 81.1 years, compared to just 73.2 years for men. The male-to-female ratio now stands at 88 to 100. Cultural norms about masculinity discourage men from seeking medical help or expressing vulnerability, often leading to untreated mental and physical health issues. However, change is in motion, with Estonian authorities working to shift these norms and improve men's well-being. The Central American nation of El Salvador carries the lasting scars of a brutal civil war that spanned the 1980s. The conflict left countless dead disproportionately men and destabilized the country for decades. In the years since, gang violence, emigration, and poor healthcare access have continued to chip away at the male population. Many men leave the country in search of work, often heading to the U.S., leaving behind families and communities dominated by women. Today, the male-to-female ratio is around 88 to 100. The average Salvadoran man lives to be 69.3 years old, while women reach 78 years. Traditional expectations for men's stoicism, risk-taking, reluctance to seek help only deepen the crisis. El Salvador is responding with efforts to curb violence, expand healthcare, and create better economic opportunities, especially for men and boys. Much like its Baltic neighbors, Lithuania's gender imbalance is tied to a painful past. Wars, Soviet occupation, and economic transitions all took a toll on its male population. Today, there are approximately 87 men for every 100 women. Lithuanian men, on average, live to 70.4 years, while women reach 80. Heavy smoking among men over one-third are daily smokers combined with high alcohol consumption and dangerous jobs has led to serious health consequences. The shift to a market economy in the 1990s also brought high unemployment and stress, especially for men, prompting widespread substance abuse. In response, Lithuanian health authorities are pushing for tobacco reduction campaigns and encouraging healthier habits for future generations. Belarus shares many of the same challenges. A low-income nation with lingering effects of war and political unrest, Belarus continues to lose men to health issues, risky work, and cultural silence around mental health. The male-to-female ratio here is also around 87 to 100, with men living to 70.6 years and women to 78.4. Many Belarusian men work in dangerous industries such as construction and agriculture, with higher rates of accidents and chronic illness. Social norms discourage men from seeking healthcare until it's too late. Recognizing the crisis, the Belarusian government is advocating for reductions in alcohol and tobacco use, better healthcare access, and educational campaigns aimed at reshaping what masculinity means. Latvia's demographics mirror those of Estonia and Lithuania. War, deportations, and political instability decimated the male population during the 20th century. Today, the country has just 85 men for every 100 women, a striking imbalance. Life expectancy for men is 70.8 years, while women live to 79.5. Many men still work in hazardous occupations, and smoking remains common. The Latvian government is stepping up efforts to address these issues through public health education, mental health support, and occupational safety programs. Ukraine's gender imbalance is both historical and ongoing. Wars, Soviet repression, and economic hardship have all played a part, but the ongoing conflict with Russia has intensified the crisis. With men fighting, displaced, or killed, women have stepped up across every part of society from caregiving to leadership roles. The current male-to-female ratio stands at 85 to 100, and life expectancy paints a grim picture, 66.4 years for men, compared to 76.4 for women. In response, the Ukrainian government and international organizations are investing in healthcare, mental health support, and education for women, aiming to build resilience despite the ongoing war. High in the Himalayas, Nepal tells a different kind of story. Here, the imbalance is driven not by war, but by economic migration. With limited opportunities at home, many Nepali men travel abroad, especially to the Gulf states, Malaysia, and India to support their families. This results in a domestic gender ratio of just 83.8 men for every 100 women. The Maoist insurgency from 1996 to 2006 also took a heavy toll, leading to further male casualties and displacement. On average, Nepali men live to 71.4 years, while women live to 76.1. In their absence, women have taken on expanded roles in family, agriculture, and local governance. Nepal's story is one of survival, resilience, and shifting roles shaped by global economic forces.
And there you have it, folks, an in-depth look into the fascinating world of gender imbalances across the globe. From Monaco's aging population to Nepal's migration challenges, each country we explored tells a unique story about how societal, historical, and cultural factors shape demographics in surprising ways. What we've learned today is that these imbalances are much more than just numbers. They reveal the resilience of women, the impact of migration, and the deep socioeconomic changes that affect everyday life. In many of these countries, women are not just surviving, they are thriving, leading industries, and paving the way for future generations. But of course, there are still many challenges to overcome. From healthcare access to improving opportunities for men, the journey ahead will be about finding balance, creating societies where both genders can contribute equally, and where every individual has the chance to lead a long, healthy life. As we look to the future, it's clear that understanding these global trends is more important than ever. Gender imbalances don't just affect statistics, they affect families, economies, and communities. By shining a light on these trends, we hope to bring awareness to the complex issues these countries face and inspire conversations on how we can collectively work toward a more balanced and equitable world. Thank you for joining us on this eye-opening journey with Discover Destination. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content that takes you deep into the heart of global issues, cultures, and stories you won't find anywhere else. Be sure to check out our other videos on fascinating topics from all around the world. And if you haven't already, make sure you click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest videos. Discover Destination is all about exploring the world's untold stories, and we're just getting started. Until next time, keep discovering.